Hello everyone and welcome back. In this episode of How to Swim, the guide for free-to-play and low-spenders players of Lord of the Rings Rise to War, we will talk about some strategy and the best way to be a great teammate. First, we have to answer to a big question. What can a free-to-play do to be impactful and so helpful for the very team during wartime? Well, free-to-play players can absolutely do the same things all the other players in this game can and should do. The only exception is that you have to be more considerate when you choose the opponent you want to deal with during an actual fight. Why so? Simply because you do not possess the strength you need to face alone and directly a whale or a kraken. But you don't have to feel less important for your team because of this. Because as you can't win alone in a fight against those players, many others can't. And that's not just because you are a free to play. Because even low spenders, mid spenders, or high spenders, depending on the formation, if they don't act as a team, they will face your same exact outcome. So, how do we play this game if we are not able to defeat all our opponents? Once again, we have to remember that we are playing a strategy game in which PvP is just one of the mechanics we have to deal with. Of course, PvP is probably the most interesting aspect of the game, but considering that you can do that alone based on only your own strength, because no one can, we have first to understand how can we help during a battle. What does the average player do wrong? Usually they see an opponent and they send against them their formations. They die and they have to come back to the front. Doing this, of course, has a negative impact on you and your team, because for your team, you dying like this is absolutely pointless. For you, it's a waste of resources, and even worse, you are gifting your opponents merit and experience. Instead of doing this, we have to first check the map, and once we have an idea of what is going on in the battlefield, we can understand which options we have. If we see that it's not the case to engage the enemy, the best thing you can do is tiling and cleaning or waiting. And trust me, tiling is not boring, is actually the most important aspect of this game because it allows you and your team to make your way to a strategic target like a fort or a bigger tile, pardon me, in case the opponent failed to stop you. Or if your opponent wants to stop you, they have to send against you one or more than one army to catch you and then to clean the mess you left behind you, making other players wasting time, resources, and stamina to clean after you. In any case, for you, it's an excellent trade off. Now, talking about the armies you will use as tilers, I have very few but very important recommendations. First, unless it's absolutely necessary, don't use your main formation to tile because you want to save your stamina for PvP or other objective. If your tiler army is too weak, use your secondary army to take bigger tiles. When when you make tiler army, you just need one or two commanders with cheap units. Don't waste troop on them because economy because money doesn't grow on trees. So preserve your economy. Use cheap units or units that you stopped using a long time ago, like I did on Tranduil. Don't give them specific gears you don't care. The only thing that matters is that the Tyler army has to be as needs need to have uh, stupid English, needs to have more than 100 of siege, because to collect an enemy tile you need 100 of siege. And another important thing, safety, 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 safety. Don't send your tile next to an enemy commander, because this player could just raise his guard. No, he's leaving. Haha. Could just raise his guard and kill both of my tilers. Now he's leaving, so I'll tile. Anyway, you got me. Don't waste your armies unless you are trying to provoke them. Unless you are trying to provoke them, or if you... I don't have range here. No, apparently no. Fuck me. Anyway, unless you are trying to provoke them, making them waste stamina, because this dude already used 10 stamina. If he wants to take both my titles, he has to use more 10 stamina, and then maybe guarding more 10 stamina. You get me. Even if I talk like shit. Other important things. I think that we can also talk about sniping reinforcements, but before that we have to talk about how to reinforce properly, but that's material for another video. So for now I think we can say ciao ciao and hope to see you on Twitch or YouTube soon. Bye guys.